Hello, BookTube. I'm here to join in the announcement of yet another BookTube event. Just when you thought it was safe to turn on BookTube again, there's yet another BookTube event. And this is for the whole summer. So this is not as concentrated as something like June on the Range. This is for the whole of summer, like Book Trek. So a very easy thing to participate in. It is Summer of Sport, created by Mark at Book Time with Elvis. A BookTube event designed to throw a little light on a rather healthy and long-standing and very popular aspect of reading that gets very little attention on BookTube, and that is sports-related writing, sports books. The parameters are very wide. It's June, July, and August. It's all summer long. If you read a book about sport in the summer, you could easily say that you participated in Summer of Sport. We have a handful of really great hosts. I'll leave them all linked down below. And that's all that it really is. It's just to pick up a book about sport and read it in the summer. And I have had an amazing track record with Summer of Sport. I intentionally went a little far afield from my normal sports, from my normal areas of interest, and had a blast finding a whole bunch of authors, a whole bunch of whole worlds. Really, it's what sports are. They're whole worlds of secular religions. Huge amounts of detail, huge amounts of devotion, huge amounts of fans who can't remember the wedding anniversary, but they know every single detail of every outing at every game and every field going back 100 years. I entered into those worlds a little bit skeptically, but one thing that I have learned over the time that I've been doing Summer of Sport is that something is true about sports writing that is often true also about gardening writing, is that it brings out the best in its writers. It really does. I should have known that because occasionally over the years, before there was a BookTube, there have been anthologies of sports writing. Norton did one, and I think there was another really big one that was even more pages. And I read those anthologies just because I like to read new releases, and noted how enjoyable that reading experience was. There were hardly any duds in the whole of the table of contents of those books. So I really should have known that, but it's taken Summer of Sport to put it into focus for me. And I hope that it does for you as well. I hope that you will join us this summer and read about, well, you could read about your favorite sport if you have one, but I would suggest reading about sports about which you know almost nothing. That has always worked for me. I intend to read broadly for Summer of Sport. I will not be reading just one book. Summer of Sport is a lot like the away mission of Book Trek to read popular science titles, in that the normal reading that I do, the 80% of the reading that I do is new releases in the American book market. That will cover a lot of sports books. Some of them will be awful, but some of them might be good. So there'll be that anyway, but I'm going to explore backlist as well. And I think for Summer of Sport, I'm going to make a sort of quasi-TBR promise, no books, but just a promise that I'm not going to make for Book Trek this year, which is, for Summer of Sport, I'm going to try to read things that I've never read before, no rereads. I'll try to do that for this summer. I might be tempted here and there. But really, it can be anything. If you're absolutely dead set that I don't want to read any nonfiction about sports, sorry, it's just not me. First of all, I would say, if that's your instinctive reaction, then all the more reason for you to do it, rather than have those reactions. You don't know what you're missing if you do that. But if you have that reaction and you want to stick to it, you could always read sports-related fiction, right? If I were going to do rereads for Summer of Sport, I would do that. It's been a while since I read, for instance, The Art of Fielding by Chad Harbark. I might want to do that. I'm not going to do any rereads this time around. But you could. You could either do a reread, or you could read some fiction that is connected with sports in some way, whether it's, the opening part of Underworld by Don DeLillo, whether it's The Given Day by Dennis Lehane, or maybe even hockey romances that are so popular in the romance world. Whatever it is, I'm hoping that you join us. I will be making videos periodically once June kicks off, and that's what it will be for. So you will be seeing my classic Michael K. Vaughan design thumbnail. So I'll wrap this up for now, and I hope to see you over the Summer of Sport. Thank you, BookTube.